Yeah, so tokenized, non-tokenized.
Yeah, so blockchain can basically be kind of split into two camps, which is the traditional tokenized blockchain. That's kind of all your cryptocurrencies, your NFTs, and those types of blockchain fit in. And then you've got your non-tokenized blockchain, which is also called permissioned blockchains,
Okay.
which is where we see a lot more of the enterprise use cases and enterprise applications fitting. Now,
Could you kind of put that as like public and private in a way?
yes,
So
definitely.
tokenized being
Public,
public,
yeah,
and then non-tokenized or permissions-based one is being private, right?
100%.
Okay.
So, from a tokenized blockchain, you have, if you invest or you buy the tokens,
Mm-hmm.
you invest in that blockchain either by staking or mining or any of those traditional ways. You can gain tokens or you can invest through a crypto exchange
Mm-hmm.
and buy tokens. Once you hold a token, you get either on a utility token, you get access to specific products, features, services from a utility point of view,
Okay.
where on your security token, so that's the other type of tokenization, on the security tokens, that's more of your traditional investment class assets,
Okay.
which is the traditional crypto, which you would
Yeah. So what we kind of
buy
know is your
as
Bitcoins
Bitcoin,
and
Ethereum, and those types of
all right.
tokens. Yeah. On the permission blockchain side or the private blockchain side, it's pretty much, it doesn't have to be within one organization. The nodes can be split across multiple organizations, but it's just that all the members that participate in that chain gets to vote and grant access or permissions to new members before they can transact on that chain. So
Okay.
it needs to have a consensus to say, okay, that this transaction or this person that wants to transact on that blockchain has got a valid access to do that transaction on the chain. It's not that if you're a valid holder of a token, you get access.
Yes.
It's you have a permission on the chain that gets granted by other members.
Right. So if we talk tokenized, you kind of have your ticket to the game,
Yeah,
right? So as long as you've got that token, that ticket, whatever right of access or service or
yeah,
asset or value that it carries is yours, and it's
yeah,
carried in that hash. Whereas the permissions-based one, the nodes or the owners of that network
yeah,
effectively have to grant you access to
100%.
transact on that, right?
100%.
No token that
Yeah.
you have. Okay.
So let's start with a permission blockchain because I think that's a little bit simpler.
Yeah.
Permission blockchains would be like any network. They can be hacked because it's servers or nodes
Yeah.
within a network. So if somebody gets access to that network, gets access to the nodes that run the blockchain,
Yeah.
they can be hacked. So you would have your normal network security, and the same way you would kind of secure your enterprise applications in traditional means. So yeah, that would be the one thing. It would be your role-based access control, your dual-factor authentication type things, those types of security
Standard,
measures
yeah,
that you would apply
perhaps
in
microsegmentation
a hundred
for
percent,
application level. Yeah,
100%.
okay.
So that especially yeah on the blockchain because the nodes participate in that transaction.
Mm,
With microsegmentation, it becomes really good because then you can actually segment that blockchain and say any other external nodes can't really
should be
access with
part of that
in yeah
in that
in that
network.
in that network
But basically,
100%.
traditional IT kind of
Security
infrastructure
best
security.
practices would still apply to a
Yeah,
permission blockchain.
yeah, got you.
On the tokenized blockchains, it's those hashes, as you were saying earlier,
Yeah,
that ticket to the game
yeah,
that grants that access. So your claim to that asset and your claim to that, for example, Bitcoin is your hash and your hash key. So having a secure wallet is number one to store your hashes.
yeah,
There's been a couple of very public cases where exchanges and wallets were hacked
absolutely.
through things like social engineering, and there's all these types of ways because the weakest point in that security is still the user, as
Correct.
always. And then the other part is, or the more even more secure is you get those kind of USB thumb
Yes.
vaults that you
They call it cold
cold
storage,
storage,
right?
100%,
It's
the
like a
cold
cold vault.
storage
Yeah, yeah.
that you need to. But then again, that then
You
is a
need to
physical thing that you need to
put in a
secure.
safe, and
Yeah,
or you
100%.
don't leave that lying around in your bedside drawer or anything
Hundred
like that,
because
right?
once those hashes are lost, you lose that access
Absolutely. To the
to the chain.
Yeah, you lost your ticket, right?
Yeah,
You
100%.
can't go to the game if you don't have no ticket.
100%.
So that's brilliant. I mean, that's given us a very, very quick and concise overview of the different types of blockchain networks that we get. the public side, the private side of it, and just very briefly, how that security is there. So I think it really helps our audience to understand a lot more about blockchain, Rudolf, and we really appreciate your insights on this.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Happy to help.
Thank you.
Thanks.